demons bleed?
We'll have to ask
But
about
if
I don't know.
If they do, we can kill them.
Exactly.
I'm really hoping they're like Doom demons where we can just kind of smash their heads.
Fucking just start ripping off limbs.
Well, I wouldn't say just anyone can smash their heads. I think it takes a certain kind of guy. A Doom guy, if you will.
I mean, all we gotta do is we gotta go get some pet bunnies.
And Doom armor.
No, just some pet bunnies.
Okay.
Demons will kill the pet bunny, and then we just get Doom powers.
It depends,
Oh,
because
okay.
that you can only smash their heads
I'm
together.
pretty sure that's the
whatever.
lore of why Doomguy is so mad at demons.
Well, at least in the newest Doom,
In the newest
whole
one.
thing, like it gave like a backstory for him.
Yeah.
And
In the old one,
bunnies got
they just
fucking
sent him to
killed.
Mars to kill demons.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
been
no,
like
in the
Game of
old one,
Bunnies.
he was
Like John Wick.
just some general like space marine.
Yeah, he was just a
He was
space
called
marine.
Doomguy because the game was Doom. He was
Yeah.
technically called like something
was a guy?
like Mars
Yeah.
like Mars
John
Marine or something like that.
Because
Because like he was on Mars and he was just the only survivor.
so the
Yeah.
That's like
the
before they
new
gave John
the new background, if I remember it correctly, essentially at some point he got like transported or taken, and he got like taken into like hell, right? And he fought in hell, and he got out of hell and he got to this like different world. And that world, their whole thing was like they made soldiers to fight hell and demon spawn, and like
Until
when
they didn't.
when they went in there to like raid hell, they found him, so they brought him back, and he had like the mark of the demon on him or whatever. Or no, they gave him that mark, and they had him fight in the arena because they basically thought he was like a demon. Come here,
pizza time.
come here.
See,
Sorry,
personally,
so-
I like the
Hold
lore.
on, hold on.
Okay.
It's not done. It's not done.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
So he fought in there and he like won his freedom or whatever, right? And then he started going on like raids with them, and that's how like where he like trained and shit. That's why he's supposed to be so strong.
Thank you.
And apparently the angels were helping that group, but in reality the angels and the demons were working together just to like siphon power off of their souls and shit. And so one of the angels, Samuel, I believe is who it was, put Doomguy into this like machine, and the machine was supposed to give them like superpowers, right? But the machine had always just been turned to like kill them and take all their fucking energy, right?
Right.
And so he broke like their code, and he broke the whole alliance between hell and heaven. And so that's why Doomguy is so fucking strong, is because he's basically like part fucking angel now. And so that's why he can like live in hell and like not go, well, I mean, it's kind of batshit crazy, but not go more batshit crazy. So that's why he's supposed to be so.
See, I like the first game
Doomguy.
before where it was like he was just in hell, just killing so many guys.
Yeah.
And then this was before he got his armor. Then he found this like one demon, and he was like, "I'll make you some armor if you don't kill me." And he was like, "Deal." So he got some armor, which makes him unkillable. So then he started killing more things. Then the demons were like, "Fuck, we're all gonna die." I got it. Let's just collapse a giant fucking building on him. So they do. And they're like, okay, now put him in a fucking sarcophagus. Just put all the seals on fucking that. Put some chains on that. And that still wasn't enough. So finally, when like
I really
Mars,
like that backstory.
yeah, when Mars finally starts like siphoning off energy, like the reason they find a sarcophagus because the demon's just like, fuck this.
Oh,
This ain't our problem anymore.
I didn't ask about lactose intolerance.
Well, and I love because did you play the
Yeah,
more
that was
recent versions of it?
I was talking about from 2016. Dude.
Yeah. I really enjoyed how they were talking about. They were like, the Great Destroyer re-entered hell. He was killing all of us one by one. He was unstoppable. So we lured him into a trap, and then we blew up the fucking building. And it's like, yo, you mean to tell me this man was just like assassinating all of like your highest echelon?
Yeah.
And the only thought in the process you come up with was, okay,
Boom,
look,
boom, boom.
we've used our superpowers on that didn't work. What if we just use everything we've got? What if we just blow up everything? Think that'll work? And they were like, it did.
And it wasn't
kinda.
I forget what like the leaders of hell were, but what didn't one of them have to die basically
Pretty much.
to pull this plan off?
Yeah,
There's,
a lot of them did. I think several of them did.
Yeah, but I meant like specifically for the plan. Like specifically, he was just like, I got it. I'm gonna distract it.
Which one, Christian?
That's my phone, Christian.
It's
You like my
it's
wallpaper?
plugged in.
Yeah, your phone's delicious.
It's plugged in, but it's not charging.
Oh, it's not?
Well, like I think it's just maintaining life.
Excuse me.
Oh, the light's not on actually, so it's not charging at all.
Yeah.
So maybe I just need to move it. Yeah.
We can plug it in behind the laptop.
Yeah.
I know that would be
I'll just plug it into a different one over here.
favorite Doom thing. So Critical Role.
Well, I'm not gonna open that one.
Don't put it back.
I think Critical Role had like a whatever special. I think they had a sponsor from when Doom 2016 came out because they're all voice actors and probably one of them was in Doom, voice a character in Doom or something. And so they did a one shot where they were playing.
Oh wait, no, that one's good.
Yeah, they were playing as the demons of Doom.
For some reason, that should
And like Doomguy shows up, and then like at that point it's just like survive.
That would actually, that'd be a great horror game if the twist turned out that you were just a demon from Doom trying to survive Doomguy.
That was
That's
would be
the episode,
awesome.
right?
there's a game coming from Paizo where it's like it's called like level 19 or whatever.
Oh,
And
yeah.
You're running away from the fucking
And
paladin.
you play as a bunch of kobolds running away from a paladin who's like
Grinding the
one level away from level. It's like he's like 100 experience away from like level 20.
He is, if I remember how they said it, he is one pack of kobolds away from leveling up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen Fist of the North Star?
Yes.
I've seen clips more than the actual show, but
There's this scene, speaking of dropping buildings on people, in the, I think it was the movie, where he's walking super slow like a badass, and they're like, okay, then we got him. And they drop a building on him, and they laugh, like he's taken care of. And then they go, wait a minute, and the smoke clears, and he's still walking the same exact way.
No, that was
It's
a movie.
so dumb.
Fist of the North Star is fucking rad, dude. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
Have you played the game for it?
The fighting game?
The one that's made by the the one that's made by the Yakuza team.
Oh, no.
Who
That was
said
funny.
the Yakuza team?
Because he just
Yeah, that definitely threw me for a loop too, but I was like, in the game. The game.
I was like the
Listen,
Yakuza was like.
crime's not paying as much, but video games, that shit pays.
I'm sorry. Did you want me to be more accurate? The Monkey Ball team.
Oh!
Because they're the same people.
Yeah, people like the
Wild.
Yakuza
Yeah.
team,
That
whatever.
was wild.
Yakuza's did run the big arcades for a while.
Is that game good? I've seen you on it.
Monkey
Oh,
Ball?
Yakuza?
Oh.
Yeah, Monkey Ball's pretty good.
I thought you meant Monkey Ball.
I
I
played
was
that one.
like,
No, that was
Monkey
good.
Ball's
Monkey
okay.
Ball
Dude, it's not that
is
great.
frustrating.
I've
Way
seen
harder
Monkey
than
Ball.
Yakuza, but yeah.
I don't know, it does have a better story than Yakuza.
Monkey Ball?
Yeah, fair. I like the soundtrack a lot better too.
I like the outfits. That's it. Just the.
Good place.
So yeah, Monkey Ball is just a better Yakuza.
It's true. Actually, no, I take that back. Ian also plays Kiryu, the main guy from Yakuza in Monkey Ball, so.
That's fucking
The
awesome.
world's crossed.
That means Monkey Ball is officially canon in Yakuza.
Or Yakuza's canon in Monkey Ball.
Both.
Both.
It's one or the other. Because in the Yakuza games, all the Sega games are technically canon. So
I was about to say, I guarantee you that in the Yakuza game, one of the mini games is just playing Monkey Ball.
Okay. No, I was gonna say, wait, so there's Sonic is somewhere in the Yakuza universe.
Yeah, because you can go to arcades, so you can.
Oh, okay, I thought like actual Sonic.
So, I remember in the one that I was playing, because you can play Space Harrier, you can also play Fantasy World, and then fucking Virtual Fighter. Virtual
That's
Fighter
so
2
fucking
of all
cool,
things,
dude.
and I was like, this is awesome.
Why?
I don't know. It was fucking
It's so
cool.
funny
Like the
that
full
like,
game?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
that's fucking wild that like video games have progressed so far where it's like that thing that took up your entire fucking like game cartridge.
Mhm.
It's
It's a
fun.
mini game.
It's a mini game. In
It's
my goddamn
anything
game.
just like a
Yeah.
couple megabytes of the game.
Yeah.
Maybe not even a megabyte.
Uh-huh.
We're like N64 and shit like that, or even like prior to that shit. Like, yeah.
It takes up more memory to run the to process the arcade machine that you walk up to play this fucking game.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm just imagining they released it and someone's like, why is this game 60 gigs? It's only like an hour long. It's like, hey, we got a lot of mini games.
We're actually sneaking in all of the Sega games. It's every single game Sega's ever made.
We actually had to cut most of the story just so we could add more Sega games.
You also have to remember they did shit like that because Brawl had like so many goddamn demos for so many games.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
There's even a world record speed run I'm going through the demo of
And beating
Ocarina of Time in Brawl.
Not very many people have actually beat it within the 2 minutes. Or whatever you get, or 10.
Yeah, because you have to go through. There's like a certain glitch you have to do.
Yeah.
Dude, speedrunning
That's
is
not
so
possible
funny.
in the regular game of Ocarina of Time.
That's why there's a speed run in Smash Bros. That's funny.
Because the way that it works in the demo, I think you only play a few levels of as a child and a few levels as an adult.
Yeah.
And then once you're an adult, I think it ends. So there's a way to run warp from one room to just the ending room.
Oh yeah.
And so that's how people beat it. That's fucking crazy.
So does that mean that there's probably like, you know how there's different categories based on like the version you play? Is there a Smash Brothers Ocarina of Time speedrun version?
There certainly is.
Speaking of Legend of Zelda speedruns, all the Breath of the Wild speedruns just throw me for a fucking loop.
Oh, dude, it's so funny.
Crazy.
It's like, alright, I just now started.
You
Let me
just
get a
go
big
flying
stick.
at this.
Alright, let me try down this tree. Okay, before the tree falls, let me freeze it. Alright, let me hit it like fucking 75 times.
And jump
Alright,
on
right
top.
before it ends, I'm gonna jump on it. Right, now that I've jumped on it, let me fly like a fucking rocket all the way to the castle, and I aimed it perfectly.
That's
So
what
I
they
just,
do with Dragon
I just
Ball.
landed there to fight the final boss with my fucking stick and my loincloth, and I'm like, bro, what?
While I'm in the air, I'm
What?
gonna stasis the tree. I'm gonna aim it down. I'm gonna jump down, activate the final boss cutscene. The
Mhm.
roof hasn't loaded yet, and so the tree's gonna fall straight to the roof, killing it instantly.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what the fuck is going on here with this game?
Well, you know, the other 10 hours of the stream was them missing and being like, fuck, restarting.
Yep, exactly. Because they like when you first started, you don't have enough fucking options to kill them. That's the only fucking way to do it.
I mean, when a speedrun's that quick though, like, I get it. It's like, okay, yeah, restart it like a dozen times. It's the speedruns I watch where it's just like a 6-hour speedrun. Where it's like, what the fuck?
Dark Souls
Nah.
3, all bosses, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of like speedruns for those.
Don't forget, there's Twilight Princess, where the speedrun is 13 hours. And the reason why is because that's the actual fastest time that you can do it without actually going through the game. Because Link's animation whenever he holds out a rupee is that it's looped wrong. So he'll slightly move backwards like every time that it loops. So after 13 hours, you beat the game. of holding open the menu of looking at Link just looking at a rupee like,
He just slowly moves.
Yeah, and he just
That's the
goes
most flux speedrun I've ever heard of.
it's
My
amazing.
thing is like,
So actually playing any part of the game is
how did you
slower.
find out?
Exactly. How'd you find out, and how did you?
Okay, so I feel
it
like
took 13 hours. Like,
So I feel like how they found it is, so you remember? Did any of you guys remember playing Melee and unlocking YouTube?
You just plug in all your controllers and play
Yeah, plug in all your controllers. You play a match, and you just leave it. You just leave it
If
for
you
like
play
a
a
day.
match, it's like you
That's
need
for
so many
12 hours,
hours
yeah.
worth of match to unlock you two. But if you just had your control, and then each player
No
counts as
timestamp.
like
Time
oh, like different time now.
decreases, yeah. And so you have four players in it. You do one match, but you just leave it on overnight, and so it's like a 12-hour match. It's actually like a 48 or 60-hour match, whatever. And then you two spawns after that match.
Yeah. And the really tough part is like tricking your mom so that she doesn't know that you're leaving it on, and she's worried it's going to cause a fire because you're leaving your good console on for so long.
Yeah. I remember that.
Because she read one article one time about
Oh, wait,
one
so-
house that caught on fire.
So
because
to
of
be
that.
fair, I was just leaving it on carpet for like 18 hours.
I mean, yeah. What else are you supposed to do?
Right?
Literally
Like the
putting a
game?
piece of cardboard under
But-
it would solve that.
But I feel like the one that Jeffrey talked about is drives me different. Like, how did they realize that opening up a fucking thing?
Okay, so
walking backwards for 13
It
hours.
was just a coincidence.
so there's two
And
chances.
how does that even in the game? Do they just like, I'm gonna teleport to the boss room? Or does it just say you win, goodbye? Like,
Basically.
You skip a major part of the game.
So I'm pretty sure probably how they figured it out is one of two things. Either someone just happened to like do it and hold out a rupee and I'm like, oh hey, I've got to go to the hospital or something, so I'm going to be gone for a while. I just go throughout the game. and when you come back, he's like, wait, I beat it?
Or it was like.
Or someone noticed, like, wait, I feel like I moved back a little bit while I looked at that rupee. And they're like, I am moving back while I look at that rupee. How can I use this? It's like how they beat Elden Ring without Maidenless. Just first of all,
Oh, they use that teleporting bullshit.
yeah. First of all, someone was just like, we gotta be without
You just
Maidenless.
gotta hit
Yeah,
on me
you said
13
no
frame of
women.
blocking exactly. And I'm like, how the fuck did you figure that out?
Yeah, like all of those like glitches, it's like, okay, look, if I'm playing Mario 64 and I do this exact jump at this pixel perfect frame, I can skip through like
Yeah.
these 3 rooms, and I'm like,
How the fuck did you find that?
So there's two
well, you just
different
like,
things.
okay.
There's one, there are people that literally will just like play games and just like, let me run to this wall. Let me move over a little bit and run to it again. Over a little bit and run to it again. Just literally trying to find any break in the game.
Yeah.
But there's also like a lot of glitches are just like,
There's Discord communities of them.
yeah, as there's like more and more people playing the game, like eventually people find like, oh shit, I like was playing this game and then this happened, and then it's like, oh, let me try to recreate that. Oh shit, that actually works.
Yeah. And see that I do get if it's like a random thing, but some of
It's like
these
with the
glitches-
GoldenEye. With the GoldenEye, speedruns are like that. Or it's just people that like have been playing GoldenEye so much that like,
They just found shit.
yeah, they find shit. Someone finds some major glitch, and then like all the GoldenEye speedruns go down by like a minute.
Yep.
Have you guys heard of a bit flip? You know how there's cosmic background radiation?
Yeah.
Sometimes that shit comes into our atmosphere and hits a particle, and it's like a cascade of particles colliding, and they'll come down, and like sometimes they will exactly hit a transistor with like a proton or a neutron or something and flip the value of it from 0 to a 1 or 1 to a 0. And that can fuck shit up. It caused a thing in an election in some random ass country where it hit the 4th bit, so she got like literally like, or not the 4th one, but the one that does like 40 whatever, you know, like 2048 times 2, whatever that number is. It just added that to the number of votes she had because it flipped it. But it also happened during a Mario speed run. Some dude was emulating, or no, I think it was the original. Yeah, he was playing on N64, and he was like on some map, and it did a bit flip on the bit that controls Mario's height, and he literally like went like 300 feet up and perfectly landed on another platform. He's like, the fuck, is that a new skip? And the community investigated it for like 3 months. Yeah,
I remember that
someone
too.
made a simulation, and they're like, this is what happens if you flip this exact bit at this exact time. And he goes, whoop. So there's literally a particle hitting the transistor on the N64.
So what you're saying is there's now a secret speedrun that relies on cosmic radiation.
But because it was like a one-off, it's like,
People trying to figure that out
you
for a long
are
time.
like, we can't interrupt the normal speed run, whatever. So you are a separate speed run. You are number 1 in the separate speed run category that involves a bit flip.
Now here's the crazy part about this stuff.
radiation.
There's actually, it happens a lot more than you would think. Like if you made a box and you just saw all the particles, you'd get like 10 coming through a minute. But to hit the transistor exactly is the part where that never happens.
That's so funny.
What's the point?
Yeah. That was really funny to see.
What? What? Yeah, what? He doesn't know what. He will try to show you what though. If you leave your hands low enough, he'll try to grab your hand and walk you to whatever it is he wants.
Oh, that's
Which I do believe is outside right
I
now.
think he wants to go outside.
Did you let him out?
Yeah.
No, if he wants to play with you outside.
That's definitely it.
Well, I'm definitely not.
But you can just let him out.
Bye, Jeff.
For a bit.
No, it's gonna be like John Carpenter's The Thing. It's like, yes, Jeffrey, let us go outside. Hello, everyone. It's me, Jeffrey. Jeffrey,
I
what's
still
your
think the Dark Souls
body?
3
Huh?
speedrun is by far my favorite.
I don't think I've seen that one.
The dude thought honestly, the dude thought that he was not going to get it, and he was pissed off at like an hour and a half because he died. He died, and he still beat the fucking speedrun record.
Wow.
And he killed all the bosses, including all the DLC bosses, including the fucking dragon, that last area, whatever, they like jump down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the glitches that he used, like he didn't use
Yeah,
like
all
a
the
huge
way.
amount of them, but yeah, all of them, definitely all of them.
I was gonna say, I thought the glitch on the dragon was like And it wasn't really a glitch. It was like
No,
he figured out how like
straight up fought the fucking dragon.
Yeah, he's like-
less than a minute.
I remember
what
watching that.
the fuck
He-
is this man doing?
like he there's a different one where he talked about it where he's like, oh, so this is how this works. So the dragon shoots and basically like the arena is kind of like in a 4x grid. It's like when the dragon comes from this way, as long as you're within this like 3 squares, he can't hit you.
Yep.
But then you have to move really quickly over to these squares because he'll come back, and then he hits everything but these squares.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he told. Well, he used dual swords. Or the swordsman blade.
I thought you used the magic.
You're thinking of.
Oh, I'm thinking of different ones.
Calmy. I know that exact strategy.
So he used
I watched
the
this
sword
YouTube
blades,
video.
right? He made them so he did bleeding. But he didn't start out with twin blades. He didn't choose that class to start with them. He had to wait until he got to that area that has it as a drop.
Yeah.
And so he didn't use this huge amount of glitches. Most of the glitches were for the DLCs, like where the dragon is in the DLC. What he did is those little like weird like worm creatures that like grab you. They'll grab you and they'll pick you up and they'll slam you on the ground.
Yeah, the
He
fucking
used
snake
them.
guys.
You get to the boss?
He used them to get to the dragon boss.
What the
Because what he
fuck?
did is he kited one back to a set of stairs. He let it grab him on the stairs, and when it slammed him, he went through the stairs. And he entered into like a no man's land area, and you could see where the fucking hole was to drop to the boss. So he just sprinted over there, dropped down on the boss. And
Oh,
that
yeah.
boss is like the hardest fucking
There's like
boss in the
no
whole
touching
game.
that boss.
Yeah. And he beat it in like less than a fucking minute. And that boss, fighting it over and over, like it probably took like 30 or 40 tries to kill it once. And it took like, it was like a fucking 5-10 minute boss fight of me like screaming and running around. And this man just fucking just destroyed it like it was nothing. And I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, no, it's like watching people speedrun Ornstein Smog. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You watch and you just go, how? What? Fuck.
and I realized you were talking about Dark Souls 3. I was talking about Dark Souls 1, of course.
Yeah, the Calamite with the green fire.
Yeah. No, I remember watching one. And it was technically a speed run. It was more of a how few enemies can you kill in Dark Souls. And I think it ended up like the lowest amount of bosses he could kill was like 3. It's like he had to kill. No, he didn't have to kill Quaid. It was he had to kill gargoyles. That's what he had to kill. He had to kill,
Yeah, because you have to ring the bell, I guess.
He had to kill gargoyles.
If
He
you
had to
get- If you
kill.
get into the other side, you wouldn't need to kill Quilana.
Huh?
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, he didn't have to kill Quaalude. It was gargoyles. What's the dragon's name again?
Elderwin.
Yeah,
Oh,
Alduin.
the dragon-
Gwendolyn.
The dragon's DLC.
Seed.
See,
Oh, see,
the
oh,
Scaleless?
Yeah, the Scaleless and
Oh,
he had to
actually,
kill
no,
Gwyn.
that makes
He had to
sense.
kill those three enemies.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, all Dark Souls speedruns are bullshit anyways.
Dark Souls is bullshit.
Because they go to one specific area, right, where you get this item, and that item is what you're supposed to use, and then you put it down there in that bottom.
The
thing.
Lord
But then-
Vessel.
Yeah.
And then they fuck
but
up
then,
somehow.
But then then you're supposed to go get like the major like Lord Souls. Well, once
Oh,
they
you're
get
talking
the item,
about Wrong Warp?
once they get the item,
Mhm.
they can like do something, roll off a fucking cliff, and then close their
Spawn
game
into
and respawn,
matches,
and then
right?
they're back on like they're in the end game. They're at the very
Yeah.
fucking last area. And it's like
Yeah, wrong warping.
what?
It's
So-
it's some glitch with the homeward bone. I don't think he did use that because he had to use that. But
Yeah, I'm surprised he even killed Seath, because I mean you don't even need to kill Seath to do that. All you have to do is just kill whoever it is that
He's
gets you the Lord
different.
Vessel.
He was like, I do like.
I think
that.
it was I think the 4 Kings give you the Lord Vessel.
might have been 4 Kings. I might have been 4 Kings, not Seed. But he only had to kill like a couple of
Yeah.
You get the Lord Vessel from Ornstein Smo, actually. The
Yeah.
4 Kings
Oh,
are one of the
really?
ones
'Cause
that you
you-
kill with the Lord Vessel.
Because he has a Lord Soul.
That's
it.
right. The 4 Kings are if you want to go down the evil path. You can.
Well, you still have to
do
kill
that.
them.
No, you
You
have to
can
kill
do
4
that.
Kings, period.
Yes, but then that's
Oh,
where,
I
that's
got
where
you,
the other
yeah.
like dragon thing comes at.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you talk to it and join it instead. That's right.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's where Kath is from.
That's its name. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean Kate He?
sure.
Sorry, guys.
Alright.
That's why I only watch glitchless speedruns.
Oh, I was watching a
Yeah,
Super
Garrett's
Metroid
born. Nah, I
speedrun,
can't do that.
and it's so funny because when you run into an enemy and you like recoil back from being hit, it's faster and higher than if you jump. So all they do is they use a fucking boost and end it and let an enemy hit them to get onto like the platforms and shit like that. It is
That's
so funny.
I think it needs to be let in.
Yeah. No, he's in combat right now.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Here's the actual. It's Gargoyles, Ornstein Smog, and Gwyn. This list has Iron Golem, but the guy was like, no, I figured out how to not get Iron Golem. And it's an Arnold Londo skip. It's not good for anything except for trying to not kill bosses. Where when the giant picks you up and he throws you, there's one exact specific spot where if he picks you up and throws you, you just get loaded into Arnold Londo.
What the fuck?
Yeah, everywhere else you just die, but this one spot, like based on how the map is, it just kind of launches you and then you just load into Arnold Londo.
He truly
Just like
is.
you got picked up by the demons.
He truly is the guardian of Anne Orlando, then, huh? He lets you in.
There you go. I got you.
He's like, I got you, bud.
I watched a Devil May Cry 5 speedrun because I was like, dude, they're gonna do the sickest shit. No, they just do like what you get the most damage out of per second. So they literally do the same thing over and over and over and over. I'm like, that makes sense, but this sucks.
Dude, they